Hi, it's Milan again with the Tuning Into the One video series, and today we want to piggyback off of our last video, which had to do with short-term, long-term relationships, and what's the difference in setting that bar way up there in terms of excellence, looking for that piece of not what you can live with, but what you absolutely and positively can't live without. Because again, when we're looking at this, the decades start adding up, especially when you're getting up into your 30s and 40s and 50s. Once you hit your 30s and then start hitting your 40s, it's kind of like that biological clock is ticking. How do I know? Well, it took me 35 plus years to really discover what I'm able to help convey to my private one-on-one clients, as well as in these videos and little tidbits. And that's how can you find, attract, and learn how to keep true lasting love with that Mr. Right, Mr. Perfect, dream man, soulmate. And why is it that this is so important for a certain type of midlife or 40 plus or 35 plus woman? Well, precisely because in today's world, when you look at everything that we're doing, we're busy. We're busy, 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 busy. We're busy doing, we're busy planning, we're busy taking action, we're busy creating lives, we're busy creating careers, we're busy creating families. And all of a sudden what happens is, just like learning how to breathe properly or learning how to relate properly between people, we spend an awful lot of emphasis on our professional abilities, on our professional skill sets, and then we look at our personal lives and it's pretty much trial and error, and we kind of try different things. Maybe we do dip into self-help books. That's how I got started. I picked up a book called Women and Men in Conversation by Deborah Tannen, precisely because I was like having such an amazingly tough time saying, wow, I just don't get it. I don't know how my wife and I could be on such incredibly different pages. And for me at least, in high school, I was incredibly introverted. I was incredibly shy. I stayed in my corner. In fact, I just went to my 35-year high school reunion, and it was really weird because I kind of had this curiosity, and I went there, and all of a sudden it was like, wow, I found myself kind of stepping back into the person I was more than 35 years ago. What happens as we get older, though, is hopefully we get wiser and better through experience, but a lot of times we just learn by trial and error, and so much of trial and error can lead to a lot of pain. So learning how to be able to find that way of designing dating and designing your relationships kind of like on purpose, with passion and by design, helps you to really kind of be able to learn how to better, quicker, and faster adopt certain easy habits, certain easy tools and skill sets that can help you move faster, better, and easier into finding, attracting, and learning how to keep the right kind of love, that true sense of love, and be able to really work through all those minefields, explosions of what might have happened in the past. So in the last video, we focused on excellence. Why? Because you deserve to have the life of your dreams, and you deserve to have someone who is a dream partner for you. Now, we looked at short-term and long-term and decided if we start with that high level of excellence, then we can kind of tone it down and work our way back down, which is great. That's what we want. Now, what does that mean? Well, what that means is that we want to focus on looking at it one of two ways. It's either he's Mr. Right now, he has the potential to be Mr. Right, or he's definitely not Mr. Right. We covered those three areas in the last video. Now in this one, we're looking at it with a new perspective and a new angle. And what's that? Well, we really want to end up looking around less and imagining more. But to get there, when we're looking around, we want to get some quick wins and some results. So how do we do that? Well, we work from the top down, we work from the ground up, and then we also work from the inside out. And just to quickly cover those three, from the top down is really covering your wants, your don't wants, your likes, your dislikes, and especially like we discussed at the boundaries of all those likes and dislikes and wants and don't wants, are your must-haves and your deal breakers. These are the places that will help you really define what you definitely don't want to live with and what you definitely don't want to live without. So those would be where you want to start. When you're looking at it from the ground up to get those quick wins, that's where we came up with those 5 dates and those 30 awesome questions that you can use to help fill in some of those blanks around the don't wants and the wants and the likes and the dislikes and the must-haves and the deal breakers. So when you're starting from the top down, you're listing your wants, your don't wants, your likes, your dislikes, and your must-haves and your deal breakers. And you can always look back on your past history, or when you're looking at different movies or books or novels or real life celebrities, you can look at those pieces that you want to have in your life in terms of designing your soulmate attraction blueprint. And then you want to incorporate that as far as those likes, dislikes, wants, don't wants, and must-haves and deal breakers are. You can get a lot of information from your own life as well as from the lives of others, from fictional characters, from movies, from wherever it is that something really resonates with you. You can hear it, you can feel it, and you can see it. That's what you're looking for. Now, when you're looking from the ground up, pretty easy. In your dating and relating situations and experiences, those 30 questions, go back, look at that video, and download those questions in PDF format that are free for you to take, and then use them, because that'll help you to both build from the ground up as well as from the top down, and finally from the inside out. And what does that mean? It means look around less and imagine more. When you're thinking of it this way, it would be like, wow, how's my dream person going to look? And you know, this really does happen in real life. One of my clients, I was just working with her recently, and we were talking, and she goes, yeah, you know, I introduced my my brother to his wife. And I said, how did that happen? It was like, well, she said, I just played kind of matchmaker, and I introduced him, and the wife, the daughter-in-law, I guess it would be, she shared with my client that she said, you know, I never knew how to put a face on the man of my dreams, and as soon as I met your brother, I knew I now had a face to the man of my dreams. That's where we want to go. We want to go so that you already have that picture through your imagination of what the man of your dreams looks like, so that when he walks in the door, bam, you recognize him. So that's the inside out. It's imagining on purpose, with passion, and by design. What does he look like? What kind of criteria do you have for your man? What is your dream man like? What qualities, traits, and behaviors does he have? And how will you know when you've met him? So use your imagination, start from the top down, and work on your likes, dislikes, wants, don't wants, must-haves, deal breakers. Work with what you've got today when you get out there on your dating or relationship front, and use those 30 questions, those 30 awesome questions that will help you build connection, compatibility, and help you to learn when and how to explode chemistry once you've got that compatibility down, and most importantly, using effective communication throughout the entire process. So I'm going to leave you with this thought for today, which has to do with appreciating the fact that if you're 35 plus or 40 plus in that midlife, then there's not a whole lot of time left. So we want to be able to help you find, attract, and build true love and start getting results in days and weeks, not years, not decades. The clock is ticking, and we want to get it there. So in today's video, we focused on the 3 pieces that go along with Mr. Right, Mr. Right Now, and definitely not either of those 2, and piggybacked on that to really work on how to design the game from the top down, from the ground up, and from the inside out. And we'll work more on the imagine part, but the key components there are from the top down, you've got your little criteria. From the ground up, you've got the 30 questions. And from the inside out, you want to work on 3 questions. What is he like? What qualities, traits, and behaviors does he have? And how will I know when I meet him? So remember, like, comment, and subscribe to our video series. And as always, a free Soulmate Attraction Blueprint introductory session is available to you one-on-one with me for 45 minutes, and you can book those by just looking at the link below and finding out more information. I do only 3 of these, so please remember to book in advance, first come, first served. Until the next time, this is Milan wishing you wonderful dating success and amazing relationship mastery, and goodbye for now.